Get up and brush off the dew on that turf today. Turf today. Turf today. Cut it and roll that dew on that turf today. Turf today. Turf today. Set up, they about to come through on that turf today. Turf today. Turf today. Get up. Turf today. Get up. Turf today. Let's get out the way. Here comes first play. Let's maintain that turf today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Toro's Workman lineup has a brand new addition, the Workman LTX. It's built for comfort and everyday productivity, featuring an impressive amount of storage, dual USB-A and USB-C ports, oversized cup holders, and new Briggs & Stratton engine for dependable performance. Toro Workmans are commercial-grade utility vehicles that help operators take on daily tasks with strength and confidence. Learn more about the newest member of the lineup at toro.com/utility vehicles. Toro, count on it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Turf Today, presented by Toro and recorded on the Superintendent Network. My name is Adam Kershane, joined as always by Brian Laurent, and you won't believe this, but we have another Brian on the show. It's easy for me. I can just call everybody Brian and it makes life easy. We'll definitely switch it up next week, so don't worry. This is going to be an awesome episode because Brian Seltzer is a turf student at Penn State. He has gone through the Turf Bowl this year and is currently volunteering at the Players Championship. So we're very, very, very fortunate to get him while he's working, give us a little bit of an inside scoop, and then talk about his career and everything he's got going on. This is going to be a great one. Let's fire it on down to Ohio and see how Mr. Laurent is doing. And before we do, I do have to mention a correction from last week. I was talking about getting your votes in for the GCSAA Edwin Budding Award, which is for equipment managers, telling people to go in and vote, and unfortunately, it's all been closed up. So got to you guys a little bit late on that one. Next year, we'll be ahead of it and get you some of the nominees and maybe get to tell a few more stories. Good luck to everybody that's put their name in the hat. Can't wait to see who wins, and hopefully we get to chat with the winner at some point down the road. And yeah, that's my bad. I'm definitely gonna have to run a lap on that one. So, without further ado, go ahead, brother.
It's quality, man. It's quality. What are you up to?
Not a whole lot. It's Friday, so getting ready for the weekend. Been out on the golf course quite a bit lately, trying to get things ready. Been getting a lot of videos from people that snow is melting, ice is melting. It's an exciting time of year.
Yeah. It's the Masters is right around the corner. And here we are this week. It's Players Championship, and that's kind of the first. Well, I shouldn't even say that. There have been a lot of big tournaments already, but yeah, I mean, things are really starting to turn around. It's amazing. We're in our second fall spring here in Ohio. It's going, we had like 60s and 70s the last couple of days. Now it's dropping back down to 20s and 30s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's the reality of, all right, it's still March in Ohio. It's setting in. So,
yeah.
But, no, it's going to be here before we know it.
It's that whole thing. I always grew up hearing April showers bring May flowers, and anything before that is considered winter. So, March is still technically winter in a lot of places. Yeah. People just get excited, though. You see some grass poking out, or you have a nice day where you can throw the shorts on, and all of a sudden it's, where's my golf clubs? Maybe we should get out. When's the course opening? Like, how's the course look?
Dude, I saw so many golfers over the weekend just kind of cruising around, and a couple of courses that are in my area. And people were antsy. So I can't remember who I was talking to. It might have been Gorlami out in Idaho. I think he had like 190 players or something on a Saturday over the weekend.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, some places are cranking already.
Yeah, well, the game's growing. You certainly see it on social media. There's more brands popping up. There's obviously more golf courses being built. There's more people getting into being influencers, and all the different sponsors and stuff. It's certainly growing. So it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice to see. Yeah, it's incredible. Like every time I open my email, there's some sort of article about a new retreat style golf course being built somewhere or opening up later this summer that I'd never heard of. I'm like, what is going on, man? This is nuts.
Yeah, yeah, it's just nonstop. So it's a good problem to have for our industry right now. Things are
Yeah.
healthy, lots more golf courses coming, means more jobs
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as we got people to fill them.
You got it. And so this is an exciting one today. We get to talk to a student, which I don't think we've had a student on in quite a while. So that's going to be great to talk to somebody who's currently in school and currently volunteering at a massive golf tournament.
Yeah.
Today is Brian Seltzer, and he is a Massachusetts boy. We met him down at the show. He was in the Turf Bowl and is now down at Sawgrass with the whole crew, prepping the course and keeping things, I want to say, dry and clean out there for the players. And yeah, it's be fun to talk to him. Sounds like he's got some fun things to chat about. You know, he's still young in his career, but he's done a lot with sports and different things like that.
Was he on the winning team for the Turf Bowl?
I don't think so. He might have
Okay.
been. There was a couple Penn State winners, so he might have been on one of them, but I don't think he was on the A squad because apparently they had the one kid who was just sort of did it all, you know?
Oh, yeah. Is it
So we'll
like
have
one of
to.
those group projects where one guy's carrying most of the weight?
Yeah, yeah. It was like the kid could have taught the program or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
here he is.
How's it
Wow,
going?
live on location. That's
Oh,
amazing.
man.
This, huh?
I love it. You got a jacket on. Is it a little chilly down there or what?
It was pretty cold this morning, I'll be honest. We had some hot days this past couple, and today we woke up, I think it was like 58.
Holy smokes.
Oh, I don't feel
Brian.
that bad for you, Brian.
Sometimes it's nice to be on the course in the morning with a jacket,
Good
a
spot
pair
to
of
be
boots,
in.
and everything, right?
Oh, yeah. I can say I definitely underdressed as well. I wish I brought my rain jacket today.
Didn't learn from
Nice.
Orlando. Way to go.
So what I'm somewhat familiar with the program, Brian, but do they bring like the entire 2-year class down to Sawgrass to participate as volunteers? Who all gets to go down there from Penn State?
Every year, Dr. Kaminsky brings the first year, 2-year students down here. So all 15 of us this year are volunteering.
Man,
Nice.
that's awesome.
That's a good
Yeah,
setup.
it's pretty sweet.
We're excited to have you on the show and talk a little bit about the tournament and everything you got going on. But, you know, Charleston boy, take us back to the start, getting into golf and some of the other things you had going on growing up.
Started golfing in New Hampshire, played high school golf, loved it. Was on the course playing 36 a day, kind of every single day over the summer, and eventually said, I want to work here this summer. So got a job at the same course we played high school golf at, and pretty much history there. And down the line, picked it back up and applied to Penn State. Now I'm here.
Nice. So you immediately knew like this is it for me. I got to do this.
And it wasn't the free golf, right?
That was definitely a big factor in it. I didn't know immediately. I always had it in the back of my head. So I had a really good buddy who went through the 2-year program at Penn State, and he was always kind of chirping in my ear, saying, "Hey, you gotta come do this." And so it took me a while. It took me a few years after graduating college to come back to that thought and kind of commit to it. And once I did, that's when I really knew and was really happy with the decision to dive into it.
What did you take originally in school?
I went to a small liberal arts school and did math and economics as a kind of combined major.
Wow.
But I was really there for sports, ski racing specifically.
Nice. Did they have a ski racing team at the first college that you went to?
Yeah, they did. It was alpine ski racing, kind of Division I. It was a D3 school, but a lot of these D3 schools in the Northeast kind of all compete in the same Division I conference. It was great. I skied all 4 years. It was awesome. I mean, it kind of built me today, but I did all right. I think I made NCAAs the 1 year during COVID when they took a full 6 from every single college. So that was kind of easy slot into it, but it was amazing to go compete at that race.
That's a wild sport. You're going down the hill so fast.
Yeah, it was fun.
So you can kind of help shed some light on this for us. So being a guy that competes in winter sports, as we're watching the Winter Olympics and we're seeing luge and bobsled and all that kind of stuff, how on earth does anyone find some of those sports and get involved in some of those sports?
Man, I I give you the answer there for luge and bobsled because I know there's only I think two or three. I could be wrong there. Tracks all like throughout the country. So that's a tough one. I do know of somebody though that was a football player and then a track athlete, and then all of a sudden was trying out for the bobsled team because he was really fast off the line. How he got there, I don't know.
It's just so wild, you know. I still don't understand how someone's like, that's what I want to do. I want to go to my local bobsled track and figure this out.
Get her going and try and go after a gold medal.
Yeah.
Go Mach 10 down some ice.
So what'd you do then? You graduated from your 4-year program. What'd you do then for, a short period of time before you came back in?
I actually moved out to Denver, Colorado. I was kind of chasing some fun skiing out there, trying to get some powder and as many days as I can.
Nice.
I was working at some bars and worked at a ski manufacturing company, actually. That was pretty sweet. Got to learn how to build a ski start to finish. And yeah, just trying to find my way. And I found it eventually, I guess.
Just living that ski bum life. I know that was a bucket list of mine way back in the day. It's like, if I could just go live at a ski resort for a couple of years, just have fun, bartend, learn how to do different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you got to do something like that. And then somehow turfgrass just kind of sucked you back in. You're like, I missed the golf course, or you start working there. How'd that work?
Yeah, I missed the golf course, man. Wanted to be on my feet working. I really knew that. And I was ready for a career and kind of just said, screw it, let's do it.
Who inspired you to go to school?
My good buddy, Ryan Trudeau, who is an assistant over at Maidstone Country Club now. And he's just my biggest inspiration coming here, and always told me every last bit about what he's doing at school, what he was doing at his internships, what he got to do at school, like coming to the players. Just seems so fun, man. I knew so much about it before I got here that it was a pretty easy decision, but it was a scary one for sure.
I'd say if you get an invite to go and just set foot ground on Maidstone, that's pretty good inspiration to all right, yeah, this is pretty cool. I love it. So why did you end up picking Penn State? Just because of his experience there and kind of what you already knew about it?
Yeah, exactly. Knowing about it, kind of learning that it's really that top program for a lot of these big clubs and whatnot. I think I wanted to do it the best way, I didn't really dive into any other schools just because I knew Ryan, but I knew how good it was, so this is where I wanted to be.
So I'd love to ask you then, what was your perception of golf course maintenance when you first got into the industry, you got that first golf course, compared to now being at Penn State and, volunteering at a massive golf tournament?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got into it, I was just push mowing rough, weed whacking, pulling weeds in bunkers, and it was just a summer job for me then. It was fun because I got to go play free golf. Once I kind of, not that I haven't been in a manager role yet, but once I kind of got closer to my assistants and whatnot, was hearing some decision making, and now I'm here at Penn State and really learning what goes into it. It's a lot, man, and looking forward to hopefully getting a big role someday and trying to make some big decisions and get a good job.
I was gonna say you're not even through year one. You're like 7 months into your turf education. I mean, what's surprised you? What's maybe caught you off guard or kind of got your attention the most?
That's a good question.
It took me a while to get there, Brian, but eventually we figured it out. Adam's gonna have to do some editing on that one.
That's
that's a deep one. We did just finish our first year at Penn State, so we're exactly halfway done, minus our internship in between. What caught me off guard? I don't have a good answer for you there. I think there's so many more details to it than I was really expecting, and especially in the education part of it, like learning every single type of grass and every single fact or every single identification piece in that grass, and then we go into insects, and then we go into diseases. Um, I guess I knew I was taking these classes, but getting to learn it and doing all the memorization for it, super cool. I can't say it caught me off guard, but I wasn't quite expecting it.
Was it tough for you to go back into study mode after you've been out of school for a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, it was tough. I felt like I was a pretty good student back in the day, and taking 3.5 years off, going back, I think it took me like 6 out of the 8 weeks in our first semester to really get back into the groove.
And you weren't distracted by all the other opportunities for extracurricular activities in State College?
Uh, I put that stuff aside sometimes.
Are your parents
like
going to
to
listen
tell-
to this? So you got to give the
Oh,
PC
maybe.
answer.
I like to tell my buddies who get after it. I did that stuff 4 years ago in college. I'm getting too old for that, but I'm really not. I'm not old at all. So they give me crap for it, but I have some fun with them every now and then.
Yeah, it's good to get that stuff out of your system. But I can totally
Yeah.
relate to being in school and thinking, oh, this isn't going to be that hard. We're just going to learn about the golf course and things. And day one, the guy's asking people, so what kind of grass do you have on your golf course? What type of grass do you have on your golf course? And everyone's answering, and I'm just looking around like, oh shit, like this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was. So there's definitely a lot of learning, and I think a lot of the guys we talk to are learning every day as well. There's always different things coming up and new technologies and new ideas, and that's great. So it's a great job to keep kind of moving and learning and growing as you go. Tell us a little bit more about your internship and what you're kind of doing with the program. And is it a golf course close to home?
Yeah, so it is going to be close to home. After living in Denver, I decided I wanted to be kind of back northeast. So I moved to Boston and decided to take an internship at Myopia Hunt Club up in Hamilton, Massachusetts. So it'll be a 30-minute drive from where I live in Charlestown, Massachusetts. Super excited because it's, one of the most prestigious clubs kind of in Massachusetts. Nice old property. And yeah, we have to do a 6-month internship for school. Kind of, I say for credit, but it's really just a summer internship, and then we get back and we have to write a big old paper and do a presentation on our whole experience there. And so, yeah, I've got to take notes day by day and try to learn as much as I can.
You got those three years in between when you first graduated and then kind of re-enrolling. And you mentioned, you're still young, but maybe a little older than others that are on campus. Do you think it's a benefit to you having that maybe little bit of extra maturity to be able to focus in on kind of your chosen path now?
Yeah, I would say so briefly. I think I'm ready and I'm set on the decision I've made. So that excites me, and I think I don't want to say it sets me apart, but it feels like a little bit of an advantage. It also is a disadvantage because there's so many young guys in this field now. And I'm out here at Sawgrass and you see all these assistants who are probably younger than me. And, it definitely gives me some drive though. So I'm excited.
Nice. So answer this one for me then. After going through school or being in school and working at a tournament like this, give me kind of the thing that you're looking forward to the most and the thing that kind of scares you the most about moving and taking on a internship at a big property like that.
I think what excites me the most is to kind of see that high level golf that kind of that high level golf at such a private property that doesn't really host like these big tournaments, and they like it for playability, but they don't really want like old tournaments like they used to host the US Open and those first 10 years that the US Open was a thing. But then what scares me the most is, I guess, taking on the big boy role, seeing all of these factors that go into this job. It's a lot of decision making and it's a lot of work, but I mean, still excited, but it's definitely scary. Everyone always says like, "Oh, are you ready?" But so got to wait for that day, but I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're down at Sawgrass. Talk about what you're up to this week. Kind of responsibilities they putting you on.
We're laying down some lasers on the back nine bunkers in the
All
mornings
right.
every day, focusing on those straight lines, as this course is known to be striped up in every which way. So we've been working on that. This morning was our best day yet, so hopefully we get 2 more good days. And then the evenings we've been doing mostly divots and some debris cleanup for the most part.
Yeah, I saw a couple videos of the divot crew kind of walking the lines of the fairways. How many people are you guys deep this week?
I think there's like 80 to 100 volunteers, and then I think about 100 staff as well, including their horticulture team and whatnot.
Keeps you pretty busy.
Yeah, they're
It's a big
dialed
crew.
though.
Place looks amazing on TV.
Oh my goodness. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Watching it this morning.
Oh yeah, we were watching it. I had it on here.
Yeah, how are those greens looking this morning? I know yesterday and the day before they definitely look. I mean, like they had some off color in a good way, but I haven't seen it this morning at all. So I was curious.
I thought it looked a little bit better than it did yesterday.
Yeah,
But
Yes,
to
got a little
a good
rain.
golfer, they recognize that it's good stress.
Yeah,
Balance that fine line, man. That's what it's all about. Tournament golf is all
Oh, yeah.
about just walking that fine line. I love it. So
Right.
so you guys come down there as a class. I would assume Dr. Kaminsky has created some sort of plan for you guys to have a take home, if that makes sense. Have some sort of take home when you're done with the week. You should have learned something. What do you think your take home is going to be after spending, this week down at Sawgrass?
Yeah. I think a great take home is kind of organization. These guys having those carts prepped, ready for you before you show up at four in the morning, essentially, is so money. I mean, they have every single rake ready for you, every blower, every last light you need to see in the pitch black. I think that's pretty big, and I think just like team leadership skills is huge. I mean, even if you're in a whole group of volunteers, somebody kind of needs to lead, and I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, 100%. We talk about that all the time. What kind of mentors have you had in the past that have taught you some leadership skills? And when you see yourself as a superintendent one day, what kind of boss do you want to be when you talk about that?
Yeah, good question. One of my best mentors, I can't say I've found my true mentor yet, but my assistant superintendent at Denver Country Club two or a year and a half ago, he was amazing. I'll shout him out, Kyle. He's showed me some really good leadership skills, I thought. Hopping in bunkers every day with the crew, kind of a working assistant type guy. And I think that's super important, at least in the assistant level of this job. And I look forward to kind of doing that a lot, kind of showing this is how you do it. Like, I'm going to do it with you, like as long as it takes. And then we'll all be dialed as a team. And I think that's the biggest thing from my perspective.
Nice. Yeah. Big team guy, right? It's a team sport.
Yeah. So along those lines, I mean, I know you did competitive racing in college, which is more or less an individual sport, but you did play a lot of team sports in high school growing up. What's the correlation there between, team sports and a crew?
For sure. It's tough because I'm competitive as all hell, and like playing golf and ski racing, it's individual sport makes you super competitive. Um, but having that kind of background, playing as a team, and even playing little things like I said to you guys, like pond hockey and whatnot, lacrosse. I think being a team in this industry is by far and away more important than being competitive. But I still have that little background.
Yeah, you got to have that competitive edge. You got to be able to go to war with that golf course and Mother Nature and everything that she throws at you. So, bringing things back towards Sawgrass right now, and kind of as you talk about this whole competitive nature, I'd love for you to tell us, what do you think is something that an average golfer, an average fan might not realize about a tournament prep like this?
I mean, the average fan, they don't realize the hours. PGA Tour Instagram is doing a great job at kind of putting us on the spotlight this week. It's pretty fun. Um, I think, I mean, this is silly being on Turf Today podcast, but just kind of the overseeding is super cool to know. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know they did wall to wall here. I mean, I'm looking over the back edge of the shop parking lot, and it's overseeded ryegrass. It's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, I think that's super cool.
A lot of hours there getting that all done.
Oh yeah.
So you've done, Northeast where you grew up, you did West Coast and Denver, you're experiencing a little bit of Southern climate as well now. What are you seeing as similarities and differences from a bunch of those different environments that you've been in?
It's a lot of still hot spots everywhere you go. That
Yeah.
that'll always happen. I think it's kind of seeing the soil here is crazy. There's a lot more sand. I mean, it's a sandy area of Florida. But and then seeing kind of like a lot of clay up in Massachusetts and kind of a mix out in Denver. But yeah, you'll always be hand watering. I guess the only difference is up in Massachusetts in the Northeast where it's a lot more wet. You can only hand water so much, or else you're in trouble.
Do you see yourself traveling a little bit more with your career? Do you want to go overseas or try out a different state or something like that?
I've thought about it a lot. I think I'm pretty set, kind of in the Northeast region. I think thought about like New Zealand, like going to Tahiti or whatnot. That's always been my dream. As I got turned down from study abroad program in college from
Oof.
COVID,
Oh,
going to New
classic.
Zealand, that was brutal. So I've always wanted to go back to New Zealand, and that would be a sweet spot to go.
Yeah, that place that looks just phenomenal. You'll get there. Just keep trying. It's all
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
love it. I love it. So what's the agenda then for the rest of this week? I mean, how you feeling? Is the wariness really setting in with those crazy alarm clocks, early mornings, mid afternoons, whatever it may be?
Yeah, it's honestly great. People are getting shredded for sure. We got people napping all over the place right now. Uh, but every day, I'll be honest, like yesterday, I think was really the first day where you hear like the good morning from Patrick, the superintendent, and people are like, good morning. A few days before then, it wasn't too much. And then this morning, it was like, good morning. And it was
Nice.
the energy's coming up, I think. While the
Nice.
bodies are depleting, the energy's going up.
I was going to say, are they doing anything to kind of keep you guys energized? Are they doing morning walk-in music and all that fun stuff to kind of keep that energy level high?
Oh yeah, they're bumping in the morning. Uh, Energy's pretty high, giving us good food, snacks constantly, and it's a vibe.
I heard you guys got a pretty good swag bag down there for working.
Yeah, they hook us up for sure. It was pretty awesome. Got to find a few more people to give away some polos to.
Yeah.
They say, tell us, man, would you get in the swag bag?
Oh, there's like 8 Peter Millar work polos, another red polo that we wore for like Military Appreciation Day, vest, sun shirt, rain gear, backpack, Yeti water bottle, extra tufts. I think that's most of it.
Man,
What a setup.
they did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What a setup. So then,
Yeah.
just for people who haven't heard about this before or been to one of these tournaments, tell us about just a day in a life. You know, your alarm clock first goes off at the hotel. What's a full day look like for you and the crew?
Let me give you yesterday, or I guess yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Because the first day of play, I think it was a full hour delay from rain, and so they didn't get off the golf course. They had actually blew the horn for darkness at like I think 7:30, was it? Might have been earlier than that. And so we didn't get home until I think it was 9:20 or so. Got in bed by like 10:30, and it was a 3:45 alarm. Bus is at 4:15. Get here at like 4:40. Meeting and out right at 5. And then it's just 5 till 8. We gotta go, 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 because there was 7:30 tee times every single day. And then we're off the course. We're off the course pretty much by 8:15, given blower noise and whatnot. And then we have breakfast. We have, what is that, 9 to 3 to go nap, watch golf, walk around, go home to the hotel if you want. And then
Do an
we're
interview.
back at 3. Yeah, exactly. Back at 3 for food and kind of hang around until 4:30. At least that was the schedule before. I think we're a 4:30 dinner now with play, and out at like 5:30, away from golf, working pretty much until done, and until we're done, most likely into the dark. Probably work until 8:39. Some of the Sawgrass staff are working till 9:30, 10, finishing up mowing and rolling every night, checking speeds and whatnot. And then we're a 30-minute drive back to the hotel and back to bed. Hopefully you had enough food at 4:30 to not really be hungry then, and get another 4 hours of sleep. Maybe go grab a couple pints at the tavern around the corner.
It's all about networking, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Work hard, play hard. We always say that.
That's where it happens. That's where it happens. So you mentioned last night they had to suspend play due to darkness. And even with the rain delay in the morning, I mean that obviously kind of throws a wrench in the original plan. Talk about what you learned, and you mentioned earlier just some of the organization, but talk about the ability to adapt to those things. What have you seen there in person as some of these changes are thrown your way?
They were ready. They had a full storm reset protocol, like schedule for us. So they were going to send out 60 blowers and like a bunch of vacuums and whatnot to get that course back up as fast as possible for those players to come out. Like if we were expecting lightning, so we were ready to kind of be on hold and go out the second we could to get that course back open ready for them. I mean, every one of these scheduling like 200 people to get that course dialed is crazy. And when it has to switch all of a sudden for some circumstances, it's impressive how fast they get it turned around.
So what would be, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, but what would be your oh snap moment for basically saying I'm at a PGA event right now?
Doing divots 3 days ago, going up 16. I was already walking pretty much the whole back nine. I was like, I'm gonna walk around. Walked over to 17T, took a couple pictures. It was practice round, no one was out there. And then just like walked the pro walk up 17, like strolled up to the green quickly and took a couple more photos, and then went over to 18T and walked straight down 18 all the way, filling divots. And I was like, man, this is sweet. And then we got to watch some golf the next day, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. So expand upon that. You're making that walk. You're walking up 16, which you've probably watched so many times on TV. 17, one of the most infamous holes in golf. 18, just a strong finisher. Again, that you've watched the best of the best in the game of golf finish. What's going through your mind? What are you feeling as you're making that walk?
it's just surreal. I mean, I've really only seen it on like, of course, TV and like PGA Tour, like 2K or whatever. And it's like thinking about all the shots you could play. I mean, I always think about it as a golfer. It's like, man, this is tough. 17 is a lot smaller than you think, too. That green's not easy. And you got like what, 16 inches of rough around the whole edge. That's it. And one little pop bunker.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I was actually watching, they were showing a little highlight this morning of all the guys that were going in the water. So it's just ball after ball in the water. And my son's watching and he's like, "Well, how come nobody can hit the grass?" And I'm like, "Well, look how small it is." And he's kind of like, "It's not that small." And then they pan back and they show the guys standing on the green and the size of the green compared to them standing there, it actually shows how small it really is, like how small of a footprint that really is. So it'd be a daunting shot to have to hit with thousands of people watching.
Yeah, it's not easy. And the wind was swirling yesterday. So, I mean, there's stadiums all around that you don't really feel the wind, but it's moving. Have you guys been here?
No,
Never.
made that trip.
You should. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Sounds like a magical
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, looks awesome. You talked about what you're thinking of it from a golfer's perspective as you're walking around there. How do you think that mindset's is it helping you now as you're, going through and getting ready for your internship, as you're studying? How do you think that's going to help you then also long term thinking about things from a golfer's perspective?
I think it's crucial. If you ask me, I think there's a lot of people that don't really have it and are great. And for studying purposes and education, you obviously don't really need it. But I think being in the field, kind of on an internship or being an assistant or especially like a superintendent, I think you got to be out not only working on your golf course, but playing it and seeing how it plays. Because we all know we're really just working for playability more than anything.
Just about the industry as a whole, and it's exciting that you've gotten into it and you're starting to make some friends and network and stuff like that. But other people your age, what would your message be to some of your peers about this industry and kind of about the stigma of working at a golf course?
Yeah, I think it's never really too late to get into this. I would press hard if anyone's second guessing doing it, no matter the age, to just say screw it, let's do it. Because there's a lot of courses out here looking for, I mean, not just experience, but like mature, good people to run the course. Because a lot of it's just people management, man.
Yeah, being a good
No
guy.
question.
Yeah.
What are you most excited to learn about as you continue on with school and kind of get out there and are learning in the field?
Yeah, I'm excited to. We got a golf course construction class next year, which is I'm pretty stoked for. I think we might build a tee box at a local course to State College.
That'd be
I
fun.
was gonna say, I think isn't Toff Trees getting ready to do a renovation? You guys going to be going out there and helping out?
I don't know what we'll be able to do out there. Potentially, we got a talk from the architect who's doing it, who I'm now blanking on his name, but he was pretty killer.
It's not Nagel, is it?
It is Nagel. Yep.
Is it Jim? He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Even though he's a West Virginia guy, I'm surprised they let him come into Penn State territory.
Yeah, right.
I guess it's not Pitt though, so that's safe. That's safe. Talk about some of your favorite experiences there at State College. Like I said earlier, I mean, there's a lot to do. Obviously, you're getting a great education, but from a college experience, talk about some of your favorite things going on at State College. Aside from the creamery, of course, that ice cream's killer.
It is pretty good.
Yeah,
school's massive. I mean, like I said before, I went to a tiny liberal arts school. And I was always like, I wonder what it'd be like to go to like a massive school. Now I know, right on campus. It's so many people walk in this class all the time, and kind of fun to just be able to walk through campus, not a care in the world, who you're going to run into and whatnot. So that's cool. And on top of that, is our research facility out Valentine. So many plots of perfectly manicured grass to go play on and whatnot, and see all the robot mowers we got and learn over there is pretty awesome.
You enjoying going over and watch Ohio State whoop up on Penn State?
Yeah, must have missed that one.
It's always entertaining for me, so I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, do they have all you guys living together? Do all the 2-year program guys all kind of live together in the same dorms?
Turf house?
For the most part. First year, we pretty much all lived together, and then second year, a lot of guys kind of split off and try to find some rental, which is impossible to find, like an 8-week rental.
Yeah.
But we're working on it.
Yeah. So how is that helping you, develop those relationships? Do you feel like these are going to be long-term relationships that are going to, be a peer shoulder to cry on as you're going through stuff, or guy that you can bang ideas off of every now and then?
Certainly. Yeah. We're all pretty tight, and there's not many people you can go and just hop on the phone with or even text about like turf or like what problems you had today. Like no one's gonna ask the right questions of like, what'd you do today? Like dive into it, but your turf friends will.
That's so true. So speaking of your turf friends, if you or when you become a superintendent one day, is your dog going to get a full-time position on the crew?
Oh yeah. The second I muster up the courage to ask, like, hey, can I start bringing my dog? He's coming every day because he would kill it. He would run with me everywhere and absolutely love it. Got a little 2.5-year-old mutt, like an Australian Shepherd, pit bull kind of mix with my girlfriend, and his name's Taylor, and he's a baller. He is unlimited energy, so he needs some property to run on.
What's he doing now? The girlfriend watching him while you're out having fun at Sawgrass?
Yeah, they're both at home in Boston. She wouldn't want to come out to Penn State, so just do the 8 weeks real quick, and then you got to do the dog duty. You got to pay back the hours, when I get home.
Oh yeah.
Does she understand what this lifestyle is about and the hours and all that kind of stuff?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually met when I was really grinding, kind of the second year of COVID, at the golf course in New Hampshire. And yeah, she expects it at this point.
She gets it. Does she golf herself?
No, she leaves that to me, which I think is probably for the better. She can hit the ball when she wants to. She's better than most. Got a little 7-iron for a few years back and probably used it 3 or 4 times. So
this is your first GCSAA show, wasn't it? I know we saw you down there in Orlando. Tell us about that experience of getting to go to the industry's biggest party.
It was awesome. It was more than I expected, to be fair. It was super cool to meet everyone, especially you guys that just happened to run into at the Toro booth. And then Adam was like, "Want to be on the show?" And I was like, so caught off guard by that. But
we're looking for a student.
Everything else
guy?
Is
perfect.
Yeah. Everything else is sweet. I mean, getting to go to all the different regions, like happy hours, it was like unlimited food and bev, unlimited people to meet and connections to make. It was a grand old time.
And what about the Turf Bowl?
Tell us about that experience.
Turf Bowl was fun. So Penn State sends like 4 or 5 teams every year, and every year they set aside like whatever money for the 2-year program first year students to send a team. So we were essentially the dev team, kind of Penn State's 5th team. So no expectations, but kind of like a building block for our second year to really try to kill it and keep our reputation alive at the Turf Bowl. But yeah, took the test, did pretty well. I think we got like 26th out of 79 teams or so, and better than we expected, but didn't quite hit our goal of beating last year's 20th, I think was last year's dev team.
So the dev team is kind of like the sacrificial lamb of the program then, huh? It's like, yeah, let's
Yeah,
go take this
yeah,
test, see how much more you
Front
have to learn,
line.
kid.
yeah, exactly. Because we expect you to win the next year.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. I love it. And Penn State brought home the gold this year too, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. We had some studs, some turf bowl goats win it. I think we got first, fifth, and seventh or something like that, and then couple others down the line.
Yeah, you guys were taking over the top 10 there. It was a fun day because we talked to a lot of the students and they don't tell you guys anything, right? You all take the test and it all goes in and they don't tell you
Yeah,
anything at all. So everyone's walking around going, yeah, we did well. We got a good chance. We're probably going to win. And then the Penn State guys
yeah,
come, oh no, we're going to win. We got the one guy. He could pretty much teach the program. So yeah, we're going to win. And then he won.
yeah. He won, and he blew him out of the water too. It was crazy. He was so nervous sitting there waiting, and then when they put the scores out, I think he won by like 13 points.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Every student I
it was
talked
awesome
to,
to see.
every student I talked to from every school, how'd you guys do? I think we did really well. We did really well. Like I didn't hear a single person say they struggled with
Yeah,
it. Everyone was confident. So
yeah.
that must have a lot to do with the preparation. I would assume there's a ton of preparation on your guys' side leading into that turf bowl, huh?
hmm Yeah, a lot of these schools, I think, from what I've heard, are kind of making these classes for it. We don't technically have a full class for it, but we meet once a week. Dr. Ben McGraw is killer at
Legend.
teaching the turf bowl class, and it's a lot of fun. Get to go every Monday night and learn something cool and nerdy every time.
Does he teach about craft beer in that class too?
No, but I went back and
Okay.
heard you guys talking about it with him a couple years ago and thought that was funny. Uh, didn't know he made beer, to be honest, but he should again because I would
Well,
drink
and
it.
he's a world class caddy too for his son. So I mean
I
his son's making waves in junior golf right now.
He's killing it. I've seen him hit the ball, and he's a stick.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice little lefty swing. Money.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, this has been really good. And we usually leave the end of the episode for you. Is there something that you wanted to promote today or get to talk about today or any questions or anything like that?
Not got much, guys. I think always promoting Penn State or just turf education in general. So we got so many people in this industry without it, and I think it's pretty awesome, pretty important. That's really it. Come volunteer places, go meet people.
It's the best, man. Great advice. Wise words from a young man. I love it. Well, this has
Appreciate
been
it.
awesome, Brian. Yeah, appreciate you coming on and kind of going into your story and giving us a live update there from Sawgrass. This has been fantastic. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you as well. Good to meet you, boys. Gotta go put some sunscreen on before I get fried over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking like this poor guy needs a little bit of a break right now. He's been going 24/7. So hopefully
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
smooth sailing the rest of the way. If there's any great content that comes out of it, definitely shoot it our way and don't work too
All
hard,
right,
okay?
man.
All right. Have a good
Yeah,
one.
man. All right, too. Enjoy. Stay in
Cheers.
All right.
touch.
Take care, Brian.
See you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Young guy, quick exit. Not a boy.
That's where that
From the
end button
golf
is.
course. At first I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. It's on his phone. It's windy.
Yeah.
But
Started out a little choppy, but connection kind of cleared up there
pulled
towards
it
the end. That
together.
was good.
Yeah, did you see the
Yeah.
blimps and stuff flying by behind them?
Yeah, I did. I did.
That's cool.
Yeah, the airplanes pulling the banners and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yeah,
Uh,
good kid, man. I now that once I saw his face, I remembered talking to him and talking about his skiing and all that kind of stuff in college and whatnot. So yeah, really, really good kid. Another sharp kid coming into the industry.
hmm No, it was great to chat with him at the show, and I remember asking
Yeah.
him, like, it'd be great to have you on the show because we are looking for a few students this year to just come on and be real about how you got in, why you got in, what advice you have, some of the things you've learned. And he was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I'd have a lot to talk about. Some of the people like have big careers and everything. And I said, that's exactly what we want. We want real people living this real life right now so that people can understand that it's a lot of fun and there's a lot of advantages. And I thought he did a great job of, kind of filling in a lot of those blanks about, his experience and what he thought it might be and where he actually is. And now he gets to be a part of the Turf Bowl and go to the GCSAA show. And now he's at Sawgrass and he's got a great
Yeah.
internship back at home. So it's awesome. I'm very happy for him. I think
Yeah.
he's on a good path.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's fun talking to turf students. I've rarely met a turf student that like isn't excited about being enrolled and isn't excited about learning the things that they are. It's a lot of other programs. It's like, oh, I got to go to this. I got this class. I got this class. But most of the turf students that I talk to, they're all just pumped up about what they're learning. They know how it's going to be applicable to their profession. Whereas me as a communication major taking the stats course, I'm like, when am I ever going to use this? It's
Yeah.
it's so refreshing just to talk to kids that or young men like that understand, young men and women like that understand, like, this is going to be important for me as a foundation to my future career. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, and the thing that I love about the industry is it's there's so many different things to do. You're not just cutting
Yeah.
grass. You're not just, when I used to sell cars, that was my job. Sell cars.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
other things
Yeah.
you do around it, but that was your job, sell cars. And getting into the turf industry, becoming a superintendent, you're going to do a lot of different things. So I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that kind of don't really know what they want to do with their life, and they're looking at different paths and try a couple different things. And then they start working at the golf course and they go, maybe there isn't everything I love about this job, but 80% of it I love and I enjoy
Yeah.
doing. So the 20% that I don't maybe love, I'll do because it's part of my job and I love the other 80%. And I think that's so great to have different things to do every day and different ways to keep your brain moving and challenge yourself and grow as a person. And that's an example of a guy right there who did go and try something else. I know it was math, but tried to get into something else, and then all of a sudden he goes, you know what, I want to get back into the golf course. There were so many advantages to that job, and I loved it so much, and now here he
Yeah.
is. So
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that kind of get drawn into that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the personality where he wants to be challenged every day. He mentioned he's competitive. This certainly seems to lend itself well to people with that same drive that are constantly competing, whether it's against a team or whether it's against Mother Nature or whatever it is, or just, against yourself, trying to get better every single day. And so, yeah, I mean, this industry certainly does that for you. It challenges you to improve a little bit every single day. And there's always, like you said, it's something different every single day. There's a different challenge in front of you every time you wake up in the morning and go to that golf course. So
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's perfect for people that don't want to be stagnant and sitting in front of a computer all day. There's no question.
You get out what you
Yeah.
put in, because if you're not
Yeah.
working very hard, your golf course is going to suffer. So you are forced to continue to work hard and find ways to multitask and manage your time and all that. So that is attractive to people who want to keep themselves busy and have something that is challenging. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun being part of this industry, but there are tough days, and I know we want to support people that go through all that. So making sure you do manage your time and taking care of yourself is very important as well.
Yep. Yep. No question. No question. Good stuff. Well, yeah, that was
But yeah,
fun.
that was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm excited to get back to the coverage and see who wins this weekend. I know this comes out Tuesday, so you'll all know, but it was cool to get a little bit of
Yeah.
an inside scoop there.
Yeah. Just to see some sunshine. That was a nice change.
Yeah, starting to see some green grass, and
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
It looks so pure. I turned it on for a little bit yesterday. It looked so good.
It did. Yeah. And I know I saw a couple of comments about the greens online, but it's like, leave it alone. Those guys know what they're doing. The players don't care. Well, they want firm greens, fast greens. That's what you get
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Oh,
it is
that's
what it
it.
is.
The outside looking in, they see some of those brown spots or whatever it may be, and like, oh my God, the greens are dead. Like, no, they're not.
Mm-mm.
They're not dead. They know what they're doing. They're properly managed. They're keeping an eye on them. They're constantly taking their moisture readings on them. They're hitting their spots. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's professionals out there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the only way you can test them too. I mean, it's firm greens make it a little more challenging. So it's getting harder and harder to test these professional golfers. They're so freaking good.
Oh,
So
it's crazy where those guys hit the ball
yeah,
sometimes. Just,
yeah, it
how's he going to
is.
do this? Oh, he did it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff I can only do in a simulator.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do that tonight. Decided on a
Nice.
5 wood, not a 7 wood.
Yeah, you want 5 wood
So
route?
went 5 wood route. Yeah, we'll see. I was hitting it pretty well in the sim.
So you take it out on the real golf course, and it's a
Oh,
totally different game. Every time I'm going to play golf in the sim right now, it's like, I'll play an 18-hole round in about 45 minutes somewhere. 2 over, man, that was awesome. Like, yeah, no, I can't do that on the real golf
Yeah.
course anymore. Like those
Get out of
7-foot gimmies are fantastic.
Yeah. You see the video the other day? We shared it on our story. The guy had a basement, and every shot that he had to hit, the whole floor would move and undulate, so it would match where he was on the golf course.
Jeez.
Crazy, man. Like
Oh,
where we are
man.
going with indoor golf and stuff like that now is pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, that is nuts. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. I wish I had the space for one of those.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in 20 years. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
could you
I
just
don't know.
like, I
Yeah.
don't even know. It's
It's still going to be out of my price range. So whatever it is,
a good
it's
point.
going to be something that I'll be watching on Instagram Reels and not in my yard or not in my house.
You see those
Yeah.
AI robots, like the Tesla robots, and it's like 30 grand or 40 grand for everyone to have them. It's like, so who's going to have one
Uh,
then? Like,
I know. I know. Like when it can start replying emails for me and, doing all the other like odds and ends, to take the role of a second person on staff, that's when we
yeah,
might be able to make something happen.
might be able to do it. See, I
Yeah.
get the whole like doing your chores and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be able to handle waking up in the middle of the night and that motherfucker standing in the middle of the hallway or something, and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah. What was that movie that just came out? God, like not Madeline or something. I
Yo,
I
like
don't
Megan.
know. Megan, that's it. That's it. Yeah, my wife was watching that the other day. Man, that's just so creepy.
Yeah. You wake up, it's standing over you.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian,
Good morning,
I cooked
Adam.
you breakfast.
Yeah. Here's your coffee.
Get out of my face.
I know. No thanks.
Yeah,
man.
we'll see. We'll see. It's just so funny because like we made the iRobot movie and it did not end well.
I'm all about technology, but man, at some point it's like, can we just calm down with this technology, please? This is getting a little too out of control.
Hopefully outside of my lifetime.
I know. Same. But good stuff. All right, man.
Buddy. Well, great episode. We'll
All
chat
right, man.
soon.
Have a great weekend.
You too, buddy.
See ya.
We are back with another Ask the Agronomist segment featuring PhD agronomist Tony Goldsby from the Andersons. Our question today comes in from Gavin Trout. What's your favorite amendment to lower soil pH for soils with higher sodium and some bicarbonates?
Well, thanks again, Adam, for having me on the show this week. And thanks again for all the great end user questions we're always getting. And this one from Gavin this week. And yeah, when you're talking sodium and bicarbonates, I mean, you're usually kind of dealing with the double whammy of poor soil structure and elevated pH at the same time. So it can be a little bit of a challenging situation. And one of my favorite tools is really reaching in the toolbox here right at the Andersons for our product called Black Gypsum 21%, which is a 21% humic acid gypsum product that we have. And then the gypsum that we utilize in that product specifically is in the dihydrate form, which is a little bit longer release in terms of the way the soil actually uses it, and is probably a little bit more efficient for soil remediation like we're talking about here. And what calcium's really great for in gypsum is helping to displace that sodium on those soil exchange sites, and then you can really leach it through the soil with whether it be with an irrigation cycle or also with a rainfall event that can occur. And then that's going to help improve your overall, infiltration, your dispersion, and help to really restore that soil structure the way that you want it. And like I said, that's a 21% humic acid product as well too. So you're obviously getting that humic acid benefit of, buffering salts, enhancing nutrient availability through chelation, and really helping to improve that, soil chemistry, not just rebuilding the soil structure. So while the gypsum itself doesn't necessarily do anything to acidify the soil, it does help improve that drainage like we talked about, and then also just allows a lot of those natural processes to occur and, inputs like humic acid to help naturally bring the pH down. And again, in these sodium bicarbonate affected soils, really going after and targeting that structure first is always first and most important step, in my opinion. So, an application like that could really help to get that structure back up to shape.
I love a good deep dive. Well done, Tony. This wraps up another Ask the Agronomist segment featuring Dr. Tony Goldsby from the Andersons.